In mid-January 2024, a large mass of Arctic air caused an epic cold front that broke over 2,000 daily minimum temperature records in the U.S. Freezing rain, snow, and temperatures that dropped well below 0 degrees Fahrenheit extended from the Pacific Northwest to the lower Mississippi Valley to the East Coast. Living in northern Colorado, we were drawn to rumors of a hike on an uninhabited tropical island, requiring navigation through an almost impenetrable mangrove jungle, with the possible reward of finding a hidden pristine white sand paradise.
A lot of people in here.
Tom and I left the Arctic cold of Colorado with hopes of warmer temperatures in the tropical southeast.
This journey was also going to be a test of my body. I had a meniscectomy of my left knee 8 months prior, and this would be the most walking that I'd have done since the surgery.
We had plans to hike to the island several times in the course of a week in order to fully capture the experience.
At this point, I wasn't even sure if I'd be able to walk out to this island and back once. Marmot bag?
Yeah, it's a really good job for Steve. Yeah.
Marmot bag.
Cool. Both our marmot bags. I think we're doing pretty good.
Tom and I chose the beautiful coastal island town of Clearwater Beach as our home base for an entire week.
Coming from Colorado, the view of the ocean and palm trees was sort of a shock to our senses and got us excited about what was to come.
The Hilton Clearwater Beach Resort and Spa would become our home away from home and the launching point for our daily adventures.
It was now time to fuel up and prepare for our first attempt to hike out to the island at dawn the next morning. Wow, this is going to be exciting. You know, coming from Colorado, where it was below zero, to this beautiful 70-degree almost weather.
I know, this is awesome.
In reality, the temperature was far from 70 degrees for most of our hikes.
For most of our mornings and evenings, the temperature would be in the 50s at best, but we couldn't complain considering how cold it was back in Colorado. So here we are in Clearwater Beach, Florida, and it's mid-January. So I think today the weather is mostly in the 60s, and we're gonna head north along Clearwater Beach to Caladesi Island. As you approach Caladesi Island, you'll occasionally run into these mangrove trees where people have hung shells from the branches. I think it's pretty cool.
In 1985, the awesome forces of Hurricane Elena sealed the channel between Caladesi Island and the island of Clearwater Beach, allowing you to walk from one island to another.
Most of Caladesi Island has been protected and preserved in its pristine natural state due to the establishment of Caladesi Island State Park.
So we've reached the mangrove forest, and at this point you have a choice. You either enter the ocean and wade in the water for about a third of a mile, or you head to the right into the mangrove jungle. Today, we're going to take the jungle route. Ready?
Let's do it.
There was no way we were going to take the ocean route, considering how cold and windy it was.
We hadn't really heard anything about the mangrove jungle route to get to the beaches of Caladesi Island, so this was going to be entering uncharted territory for us.
We were still feeling like fish out of water, walking in the lush tropical vegetation. Such a change of scenery from where we're from.
Caladesi Island has a wide variety of trees and plants, including mangroves, cabbage palms, live oaks, and saw palmettos.
And on the east side of the island, mighty slash pines rise high above the forest floor. We spoke to a local, and he said that somebody maintains a path through the dense mangrove forest.
If he didn't do that, the forest would be completely impenetrable due to overgrowth.
To know where his path is, he has tied red ribbons to occasional branches to mark the way.
This is like an obstacle course.
I know, man. You have to go up and over and around and down. But it's fun.
Totally.
Mangrove trees are very important for the environment. They provide habitat for a wide range of species. They act as natural barriers against storms, they're very efficient at storing carbon, and they filter pollutants from the water.
Walking through the mangrove jungle was really putting a test to my knee, but I was happy that it was holding up so far.
Slowly but surely, we kept making our way through the mangroves, wondering how much further we needed to go and what lay ahead.
Then suddenly, we popped out at the ocean.
Wow. Is that the end of the mangrove forest?
I sure think it is.
Yeah.
We found ourselves at a tropical paradise with palm trees and white sand beaches.
In 2008, Caladesi Island was voted as having the best beach in the entire United States by Dr. Beach.
And in 2024, it's still on the list, ranked as the 4th best beach in the U.S.
We spent some time admiring the shells we found on the shore.
Caladesi Island has some natural lakes, and one in particular is the home to many great white herons.
Also known as the Great Egret, this majestic bird can have a wingspan of almost 6 feet.
Florida has over 1,300 miles of coastline, making it the state with the second most amount of coastline in the United States.
Only Alaska has more coastline, and amazingly, Alaska's coastline is 5 times the size of Florida's.
It was amazing to see the beautiful blue ocean and waves crashing into the beach.
In the late 1800s, the number of great white herons was dropping rapidly due to their plumes, which were popular for hat decorations. However, their numbers have now recovered thanks to conservation measures.
While enjoying the solitude of Caladesi Island, we encountered several species of birds, including the willet, herring gulls and ring-billed gulls, and great white herons.
After spending the day at Caladesi Island, it was time to make the journey back to Clearwater Beach.
This is so cool. I love this mangrove forest. Something we don't get to see in Colorado very much, you know?
Yeah.
Like at all.
Never.
Very much.
jungle in here.
The sunset was absolutely amazing, and we almost couldn't take our eyes off of it.
What a beautiful sunset.
I know, it was such a fabulous day.
Definitely.
I'm surprised there is no one on the beach. Absolutely no one.
Maybe because it's like 40 degrees below zero and and very dark.
That would make sense.
All in all, it took us 5.5 trips out to Caladesi Island and back to get all of the footage for this video.
Sometimes it rained, and sometimes it got warm enough to get into our shorts and t-shirts.
Overall, we had an incredible experience, and I'm happy to say that my knee held up through all of the miles of hiking.
We made it back. Good hike?
Excellent hike.
For our final night at Clearwater Beach, we ate at Bavaro's, a new Italian restaurant that had just opened a few days before.
Cheers. So here's garlic bread appetizer. It's amazing.
Our journey had come to an end, and it was time to head home.
On the way home, we couldn't help but reminisce about the adventures we had at Caladesi Island.